The Cigar Nerds Podcast.
And welcome to another Cigar Nerds Tactical Tuesday. I'm smoking the Punch Knuckle Duster today. Today we're going to talk a little bit about AR-15s and do a review, maybe part one of a review on a new gun I picked up. But first let me kind of talk about my personal philosophy on firearms. You can have as many guns as you want, but you don't really need a whole bunch of guns. Like, that being said, what I mean by that is I have my fighting guns, where if tomorrow we wake up to a Red Dawn situation and I can only grab, one rifle and one pistol, those are the ones that I'm going to grab. So those are the ones that I have the most training on, and I put maybe a little bit better accessories on them than I do, say, some of my range toys. Like if something's, you can kind of stay budget friendly with an AR. You can buy either a kind of a cheaper AR, or you can even build your own for as little or as much as you want to build if you're trying to, do something custom. But I think everyone should have at least one kind of factory-made gun, if you're not a, professional gun builder yourself, that is going to survive the apocalypse. And like I said, my other guns, man, I got some guns that have like $50 optics off of Amazon, because it works good enough to like shoot targets. It's not going to go to war. But the rifle that's designated my fighting rifle, I put one of the best optics I can afford at the time. A good flashlight, not like, some cheap thing. Put kind of better equipment into those and buy a better quality rifle for the one that I'm actually going to, like I said, apocalypse happens, this is what I'm going to grab and go. That being said, my current battle rifle, fighting rifle, whatever, probably I've had it about 20 years. I mean, it's an old style Colt M4 who's had a lot of work done, upgrades done to it, and I've been running that thing for, like I said, 20 years. It's probably got 10,000 rounds to this thing at this point. So I was like, technology has progressed. Maybe I should, for the next 20 years, pick up a new rifle. So my new fighting rifle for the next couple decades is a Midwest Industries Tactical Response Edition rifle. If you're not familiar with Midwest Industries, they're, I guess, primarily known as like a accessories company. They make a lot of really good gun parts for pretty much anything, but they also make their own rifles. And this one here in particular is a kind of a collaboration with Tactical Response Firearms trainers up in Camden, Tennessee. If you've never been there, it's a wonderful place, wonderful people. I've taken several of their classes. So when I seen that they had come out with this Tactical Response rifle, I'm like, yep, that's going to be my new fighting gun. Because if it's something that's kind of signed off on by the guys who train you to fight, this one's going to get you through. 100% made in the US of A. Also lifetime warranty on these things. So as you can tell, no optics yet. Those are ordered and will be here shortly, so I may do another video. We go out and shoot it and show you how to zero the dots for this. Another thing that's kind of great about it, like I said, Tactical Response. So it has the Tactical Response logo on the rifle there. Their little thinker guy, and also their kind of motto is, your responsibility to stay ready for the fight never ends. So on the closed dust cover, lasered engraved ready, and when you ready to do business, it says fight, which is also their kind of command to start whatever shooting drill you're doing. Fight is always the go command. Another great thing about this rifle, every rifle I've bought, you immediately have to upgrade it. Most places it comes like, here's your generic black rifle, and then you immediately start switching out my parts. I mean, my wife says it's like buying a naked Barbie doll. Now I've got to dress the thing. But this is the most complete rifle I have ever bought. There is literally nothing I have added to this yet except for a sling and the optics that are on the way, and this Magpul front grip here. So most rifles I've bought, the first thing you change out is the grip. I've got a whole box of like old A2 grips that, because those things suck. So this comes with the Magpul MOE grips, which has the storage compartment in them, which I don't have anything in it yet, but recommend you put like, at least maybe like a tube of lube, spare bolt, a couple spare parts just in case, you run, this is going to be your apocalypse gun. Throw a couple spare parts in there. And also the other thing that I usually upgrade is the stock, which this one came with the Magpul SLS stock, which has built-in QD attachment points. And also, if you see this little black square back here, this is the door to a storage compartment on either side of the, because I like these stocks with the kind of the fatter cheek weld. On either side of the gun is like a little storage tube that, unfortunately, not big enough to put a cigar in. Maybe a cigarero, but mainly, primarily it's like for spare batteries for your optics, flashlights, whatever. It gives you a little place to, you could probably put like a small Slim Jim in there if you need like a snack while you're out on the range. Next thing, I have absolutely never bought a rifle that came with iron sights. Since the days of the old carry handle. These comes with Midwest Industries, they call them combat rifle sights, and they're all metal. They're not like the Magpul Imbus sights. They're backup sights that are mostly polymer. These are actually all metal, and you can see. So this thing's ready to shoot right out the box. The other thing that normally upgrade on rifle is the charging handle. Not in this case, because this thing came with a Radian Raptor charging handle. So yeah, this thing comes out of the box with all this. The only thing I've added is the grip up front. All forged. Midwest Industries bolt carrier group. Midwest Industries DRI trigger. Oh, it also comes with this little this Midwest polymer trigger guard. It's a little bit bigger trigger guard, so if you're shooting with gloves, you don't have any problem. And this is kind of the highlight out of it, is this rail here. This is their new Night Fighter rail, which is specifically designed for if you're going to run night vision and you need to mount some kind of like laser sighting, like IR laser, D-ball on here. It's made to be a little stiffer than a normal handguard, so when you're shooting, there's no flex in the handguard itself. So if you're going to mount like a laser, IR laser for running night vision, it's not going to lose zero. Because normally, anything you're aiming with, like your optics, you want to mount back here on the actual frame of the gun and not out here on your handguard. But with this Night Fighter rail, you can mount lasers or whatever you want up here and not lose your zero. So that's kind of cool. I can't afford freaking night vision right now, but eventually this thing's already, good to go. And it also comes with one M-Lock rail piece, which eventually I'm going to put a light on here. But other than that, there's like pretty much no upgrades I need to do this thing. It's like I said, it's came fully loaded. Just needs optics and a flashlight, and it's good to go. Oh, it also has this QD attachment point right there on the back of the castle nut assembly there, and also ambidextrous safeties, which I've never had a gun with ambidextrous safety, but when you're trying to shoot, do transitions and shoot left-handed, having the safety on both sides is a lot easier to deal with. So yeah, I have taken this thing out and shot it, zeroed up the iron sights and put about, 100 rounds to it, and no failures. Barely even any muzzle. It's a solid shooting gun. So I can't wait to get my optics on that, and I'll take y'all to the range and we'll zero this thing in and danger it up so it's ready for the apocalypse. And also, like I said, if you're looking for a new rifle, even if you don't get this particular Tactical Response Edition. Check out Midwest Industries. It's, like I said, I ordered this and had it in about 2 weeks. Most of the stuff, if it's in stock, it ships fairly quickly. And it's a good, solid gun. Even if you don't get this one, they make everything. They make pistols, they make 308 rifles, 300 Blackout, and various, links and configurations. So you can probably find something that you want on there. And also, they sent me this badass hat that matches the gun. So I can coordinate, with my rifle. Got my green hat, got my green stock, my green grips. If you're going to be shooting, at least look cool while you're doing it. So yeah, tune in for part 2, and we'll, like I said, get this thing zeroed in and maybe run some drills with it. But yeah, like I said, what little I've shot it so far, it flawless. Oh, other thing I didn't mention is the barrel on this thing. 1 1/8 twist, so it's going to be, a lot more accurate, and also a 223 wild chamber. So it's made to shoot both 5.56 and 223, but with that 223 wild, it a little more accurate when you're shooting. Usually there's some kind of like, there might be a little difference when you're shooting 5.56 or 223 as far as accuracy. If you're shooting a 223 through a 5.56 chamber, but with this you can shoot either round without any real loss of accuracy. I mean, this thing is like made to fucking run. So, I mean, it does have the standard their GI trigger, but I mean, it's solid trigger. It's good. But if you wanted to upgrade this, Midwest also has like an excellent drop-in trigger package, so you could add that if you wanted. But I said so far their standard trigger is good enough for me. So yeah, hopefully get this thing out, put as much mileage on it as I have my other fighting rifle, and hopefully get up to Tactical Response and run this thing through some classes, get it broke in nicely. Well, that's all I got for you. Smoke them if you got them, and I'll see you on the range for part 2. And you've been watching the Cigar Nerds podcast. Check us out on cigarnerdpodcast.com. We're on the ESO Network at esonetwork.com. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Cigar Nerd Pod. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe.